Hey, welcome to WhiteysWalk's DFS Core Plays video for the DraftKings NBA main slate for May 1st, 2021. Before I get into the video, a little housekeeping to do. Go ahead, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, leave a comment below letting me know who your top value of the day is going to be today. And follow us on Twitter at WhiteysWalk. Make sure notifications are turned on so you get all the new content when all the new content drops, as well as today and tomorrow. If you're following me on Twitter, you retweet the post of this video when it gets up there, and you leave a comment below letting me know who your favorite value of the day is today. Then all you have to do is shoot me a DM asking me for today's plays, and I'll give you a lineup less the utility position as per DraftKings rules. I cannot give you out a full lineup, and who wants that anyways? You go ahead and pick the utility spot. You go ahead and take down a tournament all by yourself. Lastly, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are finally going to drop the advice videos on YouTube as well as podcasts. This is the advice for beginners on how to get from depositing to withdrawing. It's a beginner's YouTube series, basically going over everything you need to know if you're a casual player coming in and you just want to get better, or if you're a pro. Hey, sometimes you learn a little something. Once you think you know everything, you might as well quit the game. But that's enough about all of that. Let's get into today's stuff here. Again, this is for the DraftKings main slate for May 1st, 2021, the NBA main slate. A little bit of key news to make sure you're watching out for today. Kawhi Leonard is questionable. Nikola Vucic is questionable. Sabonis is questionable. Brogdon is questionable. Draymond Green is questionable, and that's a big news for me there. Bogdanovic, that is the Sacramento one, I believe, is questionable. And LaMelo Ball is expected to make his return. He has a game-time decision today. That is fantastic, man. Everyone thought he was out for the season. It's really good to see him come back. He was a Rookie of the Year shoo-in before he got injured. I'd love to see the kid get back. He's a fun player to watch. But enough about all of that. If you're new to the channel, what I do is I give you 3 plays at every single position. I give you a top tier 10K to 8K play. I give you a mid tier 8K to 5K play. And then I go ahead and give you a value play of 5K and under. At every position. And then at the end of the video, I build you my course starting 5 using those plays only. This should give you a great base to build off of. Again, you have to be following me at WhiteysWalk on Twitter to make sure you're getting all the news as injuries and stuff come in throughout the day. It's very important and can change things drastically. That's where all your value comes in, is following that. If you guys watch the advice videos when they drop tomorrow, you're going to learn that. But let's get right into this, man. Let's stop talking. Let's tell you what you're here to do, and that's get the plays. Let's start at point guard. My top tier point guard for the day. Pretty simple. Russell Westbrook. What can't you say about Russell Westbrook? This guy is phenomenal. I believe he still goes underappreciated. I mean, averaging a triple-double in today's NBA is amazing. There's a reason that record didn't happen. No one averaged it for a season for a long time. It is hard to do. This guy did it for 2 seasons in a row, and right now, when you play Russell Westbrook, you're almost expecting a triple-double out of him. It's almost a curse for Russell Westbrook. If he doesn't get a triple-double, people think he played bad. I'm going to play Westbrook because I hate not playing him. That's the day he goes off. Yesterday, people faded him. They got lucky. I expect him to get that 50 floor again. Look, he had 51.5, and people thought he played bad. He didn't hit value. That's how good this guy is at DFS scoring. What Russell Westbrook previous 3, 69.5 before that last game, 69.5, 64.75, and then a dud of 40.25. That's going to happen. Once in a while, you got to let the guy have a bad game. Russ is Russ, and he is the safest floor in DFS next to maybe the Joker or Harden when he plays. Westbrook, I'm going to slot him in there. Very safe play. You could go, you could pivot away for some guys, but I'm not going to play around. I'm not going to mess around with that. I'm going to plug him in. Let's go to the mid-tier point guard, 8K to 5K. There's lots of pivots in this price range right now, so you can take a look at things, but I really like Kevin Porter Jr. Let's get him up on the screen here. Kevin Porter Jr. of Houston. Obviously, we've still got Wall is out for the season. He's not going to be playing. Wall is out. Augustine is out. Yeah, he's playing like he had his career game last game. I believe it was like 75 plus or DK points, 78.25 DK points, 11 assists, 1 block, 50 points. I'm not expecting a 50-pointer out of him again, but this is a guy that can get you that 40 plus, no problem. At 7,400, starts to seem high, but there's a reason. He obviously has 60 plus upside, but he's got a great floor of 35 to 45. I know you see some duds in here, but it's when a guy has a career game like that, I like to jump right back onto the ship and play him again because he's got confidence. He's rolling in high. They are playing Golden State, so it's a fast-paced game. It's going to be up and down. Kevin Porter Jr., mid-tier, great play at the point guard today. Moving on to the value point guard. This is 5K and under. Ricky Rubio. I cannot believe that Ricky Rubio is down at this price range at $4,600 on DK. Now, it is a little scary because D'Angelo Russell is back, and D'Angelo Russell is starting to play good again. This is a little bit of a scare, but Rubio has been getting the starts lately. Last game had 49 in 31 minutes, 49 DK points in 31 minutes. He is a little bit scoring dependent. He will get you the assists and the points. He's not a big rebounding point guard, but he is, when he's playing good, he can get you those points in mid-tier. If Rubio goes off like a 50-point game at 46, I'd love that again. Not expecting a 50-point game out of him. I feel safe getting the 35 to 40 out of Rubio. Hopefully he gets to start again. Keep an eye at WhiteysWalk on Twitter. That's very important to let you know if he does get that start because that does matter. If Rubio doesn't get the start, I won't play him. I'll fade him off there. Value point guard, 5K and under, was Ricky Rubio. So we've got point guard out of the way. Let's move on to shooting guard. Top tier shooting guard of the night, Kareem Levert. Love Kareem Levert today. I've got him plugged in here already. 8,300 seems high. What we've got to do with Kareem Levert is keep an eye on Sabonis is questionable right now, and Brogdon is questionable right now. Bidates or whatever his name is, the center, is also, and Lamb, questionable. If all these players are ruled out, plug Kareem Levert in there. Don't look at the price. Kareem Levert is their only offense then. It's him and O'Shea Brissett. Kareem Levert, if all those players are out, I'm going to also be playing him with O'Shea Brissett. I've got to watch that news, though. That's very important, so you need to be following the news again. I will let you know on the Twitter link because that's going to change my lineup build drastically depending on that Indiana news. Going up against OKC, not a scare either. Last three for him, for Karis, has been 49.5, 26.25, 33.5. This 26 only came in 24 minutes. I know that with all these injuries go the way I hope it, he's getting all the minutes he can handle. Karis Levert will be a great play. Again, watch that injury news. Very, very important on that play. Mid-tier shooting guard, Freddie VanVleet. Great play. Lowry's already ruled out, which means you're going to have Flynn and VanVleet in the backcourt. When it's that case, then VanVleet becomes the number 1, number 2 scorer with Siakam, sorry. At 7,800, this guy has shown he has 50-plus upside, no problem. The last two, I'm hoping scare away the ownership a bit. 26.5, 25.75, but there's old Freddie, 57.75. He was coming off of an injury or whatever it was that Freddie wasn't playing. So when a guy comes back, you got to give him that game, give him that 2 to get back. He's going to show he's coming back to what he wants. I'm expecting 40-plus out of Freddie today, so he can pay off that 7,800 price tag if you want to pay down to the mid-tier for the shooting guard. Let's go to value shooting guard, and this is another one that's very, very dependent on news. If he gets the start, Svi Malachuk, OKC, 3,400. He was up around 5,400, $6,000 for a while there. He was being the chalk. Needs the minutes to get the points. If he does get the start today, with Dort ruled out already, he's probably going to be the best value of the slate at $3,400. He can get you that 30-plus. Look at 39.75 when he was getting the minutes. 36 minutes, 39.75. What are his other big scores? 24.7. So he's over a point a minute, but if he does get the start and he's going to get the minutes, plugs fly in. He's probably going to be chalk. He'll probably... you might have to eat that chalk, though, to find it because there is not a lot of value yet on this slate. Again, injury news and stuff will come up. That will open things up. Boom. Shooting guard done. Let's move on to small forward. Top tier small forward of the day. Point guard, small forward eligible. That's why I love him. Luka, you can play him. A lot of the times I want to play West, so I can't play Luka up at point guard. West is only point guard eligible. Luka gets small forward eligible, and small forward can be a position where it's kind of tough to find basically the good place. So Luka, if you're going to play him at the small forward position. What are you going to say about Luka? We've already got Porzingis ruled out. That news doesn't really change too much, except what I don't like about it is it makes the ownership bump up with Luka. What you don't realize is Luka actually gets more fantasy points when Porzingis is in. It opens things up for him. Defenses can't just key in on him. They have to watch the bonus. Plus, it gets his assists up. But I still love Luka as a play if you're going to pivot off of Westbrook or some of the higher owned or higher priced players today. Luka could be a sneaky play. I think his ownership will be a little bit higher because Porzingis is out. But he is going up against Washington in a fast-paced game. Not the greatest defense, ranked 21st in the league against the position. And the dual eligible positions is a big thing for him. If you're paying up, Luka's a great pivot away. Mid-tier small forward, and someone I'm going to play lots of. I've played him quite a bit lately. Bojan Bogdanovic on the Utah Jazz. Make sure you're getting the right Bogdanovic. The other Bogdanovic is out, so if you're playing him, you made a horrible play today. But at 6,600, this guy balls out when Mitchell's out. I think Mitchell right now, he's listed questionable, but I believe the coach said he is going to be reevaluated again in a week. So I don't think he's playing today. That makes a lot of people drift to Clarkson and Ingles, which are great plays. But Bogdanovic, a lot of the offense runs through him. And going up against Toronto, I believe it's a great play. They're going to have to play Anunoby on someone else. I don't think he's going to get him. If I get Siakam on Bogdanovic, when he's been playing more of the centers. So I really think Bojan Bogdanovic is great. He got me 37.75 two nights ago, almost got me a takedown at very low ownership. Everyone was on Ingles. Everybody was on Clarkson. 28.5. He's a very, very safe player. This 11.75, that's in 25 minutes. That's a very outlierish thing. Like 42, 21.25. I'm looking for him to get 30 plus today with an upside of 40 to 45. I love Bojan. I love how he gets the low ownership. I've got him plugged in there. Mid-tier small forward, that's where I'd go. Value small forward. And this is another sneaky play that not a lot of people get in onto, and does matter. He has to be starting for me to play him. If he does, Cody Martin on Charlotte, make sure it's Cody Martin, not Caleb. Cody is the better play at small forward. If he gets the start again, always at 4,300, he was down around 3,400. So that gives you news that he is playing well. Last three are 22.25 in 24 minutes, 28.5 in 30, and 40.5 in 31. That 40, that's his upside, 40 to 45. He can get you that at 4,300. That's great, but I feel safe if he starts and gets the minutes. Very important with this player. If he starts and gets the minutes, Cody Martin is safe for a 20 to 25, which is a floor. I believe it's more safe for around 25 to 30. I'm expecting that with hoping to get 35 out of Cody. A great play at small forward to pay down where there's not a lot of value at that position. That's your value small forward. Moving right along, let's get this done so you can get these lineups plugged in. Start messing around with this a bit more. Let's move to power forward. My power forward top tier player and someone who has been balling out. A lot of people like Williamson. I'm not going to. Sabonis is questionable. Porzingis is already ruled out. We're moving right on to Michael Porter Jr. And I'm going to ride this player until he's above 9,500. I think he's someday going to be 10K plus, but at 8,200, he is still too cheap right now. Denver, once they got Gordon came over, that just opened things up for Porter more. You've got two of the most athletic wing players in the league playing together now. And even though Gordon's not playing that well, he still garnishes. You have to play defense against him. So that pulls that double off of Porter coming from the weak side a lot more that used to come before Gordon got there. Michael Porter Jr., 39.25, 44, 47.25, 59, 43. Like I said, this player is going to get to 9,500 before I even start thinking about not playing him. A top tier power forward, Michael Porter Jr., huge play today. Doesn't get huge ownership either, so a great top tier small forward or power forward play, sorry. Mid-tier power forward, and this guy has been going crazy silently. Kelly Olynyk, one of my favorite Canadian players at 7,300. You look at that, and that's what's great about this. This scares people off. power forward and center eligible. There's a reason he's at 7,300. If you have to look at his last couple games, 53.25, 49.25, 49, 47. Since he's been getting that 30 to 35 minutes plus, Kelly O is playing, and this is why. He is playing for a contract, everyone. On a Houston Rockets team that he's getting all the minutes he can now, going against Golden State, who has Wood, but I don't think Wood is going to be able to even defense up against Kelly O. He is a smart player, and he does all the peripherals you need. He still will get those steals for a big guy. He's there for rebounds. He's a double-double freak. A 20 and 10, 20 and 15 is very, very likely out of this guy, especially against Golden State. And the great thing about him, he's been going lower owned. Kelly O is being sneaky. I've got him plugged in. I love Kelly O at the mid-tier. Going down to value at power forward, not a ton of value today, but another player that has been coming up. He was playing well, but he's been coming up. Daniel Tice. Since moving over to Chicago, obviously he's starting to get those minutes, 32. If we need 25 plus out of him, but last 3 games, 30.5, 10, and 51.5. That 51.5, that's an outlier. I don't expect that out of him. But at 4,400, if I can get 30 to 35 out of Daniel Tice, I love that. Going up against Atlanta, if Capella and Collins are both playing, they're going to need Daniel Tice's grittiness in there, and that's what I love about him. To help rebound against them, to help defense. He's got the height. Daniel Tice, and if those guys don't play, then Daniel Tice can eat even more. So I love Daniel Tice at 4,400 at a position where there's just not a lot of value today. Moving on to center. Top tier center and your MVP leader. We have to do this every time these two guys are playing, it seems. Joker or Towns, where do you go? Both great plays. Not that much salary difference. I mean, 400 extra to play Joker over Towns. I like Joker's who he's going he's going up against LAC, so it's a competitive game. This game is going to matter. They could meet each other in the playoffs. So I think this game has a better chance of staying close, as well as Joker has to do it all. Ever since we've lost Murray and stuff, who do you got? You've got the Joker. That's it. And what else do you have to say? He's definitely going to be lower owned. If you want to go to Towns, he'll be lower owned. Joker has a better matchup. I went with the Joker. That's who my top tier play is. He's the MVP leader. You have to give him his love. 10-7. Last 3, 39.75 in only 28 minutes. That was an outlier. 62.75 and 53.75. On this slate, Joker and Westbrook are your safest, highest floors. If you're not playing Westbrook, play Joker. If you're going to play the Joker, you might not be able to play Westbrook. If you can find a way to get them both in as value opens up, that might be a sneaky way to go as well. But the mid-tier center is where I'm going to go today, and that is O'Shea Brissett. Like I said, Sabonis is already going to be, he's questionable. Turner's already ruled out. If we can get all of them out, like I said, I'll be playing O'Shea Brissett and Levert, plugging them in. That's it. No questions asked. Probably in 95 to 100% of my lineups. O'Shea Brissett is getting it done. Power forward and center eligible, so if you need to mess around with that, that helps. His last 3, 37.25, 49, and 25.5. He's getting the minutes when all those players are out, and when Sabonis is in, he's got that power forward eligibility as well, plus center, so they can both play together. 5,900, it's too cheap for him. O'Shea Brissett's my favorite play at the position right now, if you factor in price and all of that. Going on to the value center, and this is a very, very sneaky play, and again, all dependent on news. Jackson Hayes. Steven Adams is already ruled out, so a sneaky play might be going to Jackson Hayes and hoping he gets the minutes. This is very important. He does need minutes to get some points. He is a double-double kind of guy. A lot of the rebounding is where you're going to get it off him. 19 minutes, 20.25. 14 minutes, 15.75. So like he's around that 1 to 1.2 points per minute. So if we can get a game where we get Jackson Hayes at 25 to 30 minutes, he's definitely going to pay off this price tag and would be the best value player of the slate, I believe, if we can get the minutes. So a lot matters there. We got to look. If he can get the start somehow, smash him. But I like going down to Jackson Hayes. That's it for the core plays. That's 3 at every position, like I said. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. This is so important. This this whole video can change with a little bit of news. So you need to be following me at WhiteysWalk on Twitter to make sure you're getting those news and updates as it comes out. Again, if you go over to Twitter, you find this post that shows this video, you retweet it, you like it, and you leave me a comment letting me know who your best value play of the day is. Then all you have to do is DM me. I will send you a full lineup less the utility position for free. Absolutely 100% free. I will give it to you. That's for the rest of this NBA season. I'm going to do that. I'm building up love over here. We've got to be getting this WhiteysWalk thing going. And that's what it's going to take. I need your guys' help. I need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I need you to hit the thumbs up. I need you to leave comments. Spread the word. Come with me from the ground up. I'm not going to forget you when we get big and we've got thousands and thousands of subscribers. I'm going to remember who was with me at the start. And I believe I can get you some money in the meantime there. So like I do at this part of the video, here's my starting 5 lineup using these plays. Point guard, I went with Russell Westbrook. My top tier, obvious reasons. Then I'm going with Kareem Levert. Again, very, very, very news-oriented, this starting 5. So you need to be watching on Twitter. Bojan Bogdanovic from Utah. He'll probably be in there no matter what. Power forward, I went with Daniel Tice. And then at center, O'Shea Brissett. Brissett probably going to play no matter what. But if playing Brissett and Levert, that's very news dependent on what's going on in Indiana there. Again, this is a very, very solid. Leaves you $4,600 to play around with down here to finish off the lineup. Go find the post when I post this on Twitter. Go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment letting me know your favorite value play. Then go over to Twitter, do everything I said there. Like, retweet, leave the comment, and then hit me up in the DMs. And I'll give you a free lineup today to show you just how good these plays can be. I love doing this, guys. Let's load up. Let's go bink hunting. Let's get it done. Thanks for watching the video, guys.